Hi guys, welcome to episode 2 of Take 4 Talk More. I'm your host Ashley.
And I'm Garet.
Welcome guys. Today we are breaking down all of your favorite Y2K teen drama, biggest kind of controversial episodes, storylines, and kind of how they shaped our teenage years and also kind of how they shape how we feel about TV now with our kids and being millennial moms, right? Yeah. So, shocking, or is it 1999? Well, before we get started, is the drinking part. It is Take 4 Talk More. Today, we're doing a cucumber jalapeno margarita. This is 21 seeds, cucumber jalapeno tequila.
That's a lot. Does that mean it's going to be real spicy?
It might be a little spicy. We've actually never tried this one, so unlike the last episode.
Brand new.
Brand new.
Crispy out of the freezer.
Yes, I did put it in a freezer because Garet complained last time because it was warm vodka.
I had enough warm vodka in my teen years.
Yeah, she's not wrong. So we're going to do 2 shots of this tequila, and then we're going to make a margarita, and we'll show you how to make it.
Delicious. I'm excited to see if it's spicy.
Yes.
Here, pour it in front there.
Oh, I wonder if we can hear.
Yeah.
Glug, glug, glug. It's a glug, glug, glug.
Ooh, it's thick.
Yeah, because it's frozen. Like, I really did freeze it. All right, guys.
We brought our limes.
Yes, we definitely need these. I brought limes because we're old. We're not 17 anymore. Don't drink when you're 17. That's not a good idea. Cheers. Ooh. That's actually really good.
I like that.
It is a little spicy.
I know, I feel it in my nose.
Yeah, but it's not bad.
I feel like yeah, I can taste the cucumber too.
Yeah, for
Which
sure.
I wasn't thinking I would. It smells good.
All right,
oh, wait, we need 2 more.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Are we gonna die? We might die.
No.
That's good, yeah.
This is tequila, so we're gonna fight our spouses tonight.
I don't know if tequila. I think I'm more of like the
whiskey makes
tequila makes my clothes come off. That's why I don't like whiskey drinkers. I feel like that about myself with whiskey.
Oh, okay.
All right, second shot.
Take 2 more. 4. That second one
really gets ya.
Can you guys hear my child screaming? Yeah.
Oh yes, we have our kids, but her husband and my wife, they can play parents right now.
Yeah, they're fine.
All right. So for the cocktail, you'll see our lovely new shaker just for this.
Yeah, it's not melted.
It's not dishwasher from the dishwasher. It currently has muddled cucumbers in it and ice.
Yeah, she really muddled those cucumbers.
I really did. And then we put like margarita glasses with a couple cucumber slices at the bottom and ice. So we'll do
2. We took 4. Well, not together.
Yep.
2, 3.
Ooh. All right. Woof, woof. I'm going to leave this bottle here because it's actually really pretty too. Yes, so, whoop.
You do that part.
Don't be me. So this is a mix because, I'm not like fancy and homemaking stuff. The whole point of this is mom cocktails that are fun, bring you back to when you were younger out at the bars, and easy to make.
Yes, we need easy access. Open the bottle, get the cocktails, and go.
And still delicious. And also, Garet and I are both not into super sweet drinks, so we try to like thin them out or make them not so sweet. So this is called Simple Margarita by Stirrings. Got this at Binny's. It's only 60 calories per serving if that's something you're interested in, something that's lower calorie. But we'll fill up quite a bit in there of this.
Glug, glug, glug.
Yep. And then we're going to top it off with San Pellegrino, which you'll see through all these episodes that's one of our favorites. You can get a big case of it at Costco, super cheap, and it thins out kind of everything, and it's kind of good just to drink.
How much?
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, more?
That's good.
Oh, did you hear that fizz?
Perfect. Fizzy fizz. And then I have to be careful, so I'll do one of these.
Oh, it's because there's fizz, so don't shake it.
Don't shake it. You can only, like, stir it.
Give it a...
Do one of these.
take the top off? Oh, because it'll get fizz?
Yeah, so it can...
That's smart.
You take the top off so the fizz can kind of let out of it.
So she's a bartender now.
I'm a mom tender.
A mom tender? It's so pretty, you can't stop looking at it.
All right, and then you take that one, and I'll take this one, and we squeeze it into our glass. These are the other limes we had. Yes, and then take a pinch of salt in here. I would take like a good pinch and throw it in your drink. That's what I do. That's how I like it.
Oh, nice and crispy.
You can rim it if you really want, but I'm not like super into that. It's totally up to you. Look at I got salt.
You like our salted rim?
And it is rock salt. Well, I mean, I guess you could. Should we rim it?
No.
We could rim it a little bit.
No, let's just drink it.
All right. She says just drink it.
Yeah. We're moms.
All right.
It's already almost 8 o'clock, so.
It is getting late.
Do you like to drink during the day so you can spend your night hydrating and recovering? Or do you like to go to bed and sleep in? I can't sleep in.
Yeah, same. I like a good all-nighter, but I have to be careful. Can't do that very often because I'll die. I'm old.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I can't, yeah.
Welcome to Take 4, Talk More. It's delicious.
I love that.
That's very dangerous. It turned out very delicious.
Yeah, the cucumbers are very refreshing. This would be so good in the summer.
Yeah, like out by the pool. Yes. Love it.
Or the sprinkler, whatever you have.
Yes. Awesome. Well, on to our episode today, again, where we're breaking down the most controversial storylines and topics from our favorite teen dramas. There are a lot of them, so we will not be going through all of them. We picked out some of our kind of favorites, some of the things that we think really like maybe affected or something happened in our lives and in our teen years that would have kind of gone along with that theme. And then at the end, we'll have some honorable mentions too. All right, so the first one, Dawson's Creek, the year 2000. Dawson finds out about Joey and Pacey. The love triangle between Dawson, Joey, and Pacey defined Dawson's Creek. I think we could all agree that. But nothing was as explosive as the moment that Dawson discovered that his best friend and his longtime crush were secretly together. His meltdown, furious, betrayal, and emotional set the tone for teen drama betrayals for years to come. Scandalous, right? Yeah. I think this like any teen can feel this, right? Like, I don't know about you, but I feel like in our teen years, like girls would like call dibs on boys. Like,
I remember hearing that.
Right?
I never did. I was
same.
No one ever married a woman
either,
so it's fine.
Same. I was kind of chunky and probably gay.
Oh my god, probably gay. I had pink tinted glasses.
Yes.
So
yeah.
There's enough of that.
That's why we're friends.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I feel like, especially like back then, girls would call dibs, and it's like, how do you guys feel about that, audience? Put it in the comments. Like, when you were teens, like you felt if you had a crush on a boy and you were like, you told your friend, and then they ended up having a crush on the same boy and ended up dating said boy. I feel like that happened
so much in like middle school.
Yeah,
like when we first had our first boyfriend.
Yeah, and I think the classrooms were small, right?
I don't know.
Well, like
probably like maybe 15.
Yeah, so like when you were in a class or a grade, like we didn't have a ton of kids in our school. Yeah. It was not a super small school, maybe a couple hundred, but like everyone knew each other, so it wasn't like there was like 500 boys the same age as us, right?
Right, no, we all knew the same ones.
And then I think with like social beauty standards, everyone kind of thought the same boys were cute.
True.
Right? Mm-hmm. And so it's like, back then it was like total betrayal if you like kissed or dated a boy that like your friend told you they liked
first.
Yeah. Do we still feel like that's betrayal? I kind of do.
I mean...
You think it's because of these TV shows?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we wouldn't have thought that without like these shows. Like I feel like these shows like gave us like the Bible of going to school and having a crush. You're just like, okay, well in this episode this is exactly what happens, and yes, I feel validated to be mad at my friend.
So true. Like pure validation for like your non-logical emotions.
From a scripted
TV show
drama.
Yes. But I still
feel that was like our life.
Do you think, I think most girls would feel that way today, like, especially, like, if you're, I wouldn't say, like, maybe at our age, because I don't think that happens as much, but I think, like, my nieces in their 20s, right? Yeah. Like, I think if one of my nieces was like, oh, I like this boy, and then their friend started dating said boy, I could totally see their friendship just falling apart. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it probably has happened to them.
Probably.
You know? So, like, I think you're right. I think these shows, like, validated that. And it still kind of lives on today. Because at the end of the day, like, if you like a boy and he doesn't like you back and he likes your friend, who cares? Good riddance, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Like, logically speaking, toodaloos, I'm better off without you, right?
Yeah.
But then it's your best friend, and I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. No, I don't think I ever really experienced that, like, firsthand. But I definitely saw a lot of it. Yeah.
I actually did. Should I tell a story? I had a big crush on a girl, And, oh no, I really did. I had a big crush on a girl, but she did not like me that way. And I had introduced her to my best friend because I wanted them to meet. And at some point, they started hanging out, I think probably without me. But I didn't think much of it. But I guess they like developed some sort of crush. And they kissed at some point. But they didn't want to tell me that happened. Because at that point, my friend had told her that I had a crush on her. I think I ended up being more upset the fact that like she told this girl I had a crush on her that I like never told this girl.
Sold me out.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny because she meant to like text someone when we were all together. I don't know if it was the girl, I can't remember, but she meant to like text somebody about it, and it was like me that she texted. Oh, and that's like how I found out.
That is like,
and back then it was like, you know, just a flip phone, so like it wasn't easy to tell. Yeah, and so I like saw it like while we were together. And so, like, obviously I felt horribly, like, mortified and just, like, totally, like, slighted. And I look back at it now and I was like, oh my God, I wish I did not react that way and was just, like...
Yeah, but you're, like...
I was young. I was, like, 16, 17. Like, I was a baby. But yeah, hormones. It's just, like, one of those things where I really did. I felt, like, so slighted. And I'm like, but I didn't... Now looking back, like, logically and being old... I didn't have, like, dibs on, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no.
And she didn't even, like, and honestly, looking back, like, I never even told the girl I liked her. She might have never even known.
She had no idea until that.
So, like, I don't know, I think when you're young, it's easier, and I'm sure that those feelings still come up, because I think they're, like, natural feelings of jealousy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think you made a great point, validation.
Yeah.
Through these shows. Yeah,
because that was our basis, because our parents were, like, old and not cool and just didn't know anything.
Which is really sad because most of our friends and us had like really young parents that had us when they were like 20 19.
Imagine being...
And we thought they were old when they were like had teenagers at 30.
At our age, our parents when they were our age had preteen teenagers.
Yes, no, 100%. I think about that all the time. We have little children, 3-year-olds and an 8 and 7-year-old.
Yeah,
like it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm terrified for high school.
Yes.
For when they go to high school.
Same.
I'm so scared.
All right. Viewers, tell us what you think. Is it acceptable to be upset when you tell your friend you have a crush on someone and they kiss or date or something happens with said crush and your friend? How should you feel about it? Is it logical? And do you think they're a bad friend? That's the question.
That's a good question.
All right.
How many subscribers do we have? 12. We love you guys.
12 subscribers. Thank you.
That's more than 10. That's
more
amazing.
It's double digits. Double digits in 1 week.
See?
Yes. And also there's a video of us dancing and then our daughters looking at us like we're crazy that has like 20,000 views, which is like really funny. Are we the stars of that show or is it our toddlers?
Definitely the toddlers.
It's the toddlers.
It's the toddlers, yeah. Because they're looking at us with disgust.
Literally disgust. All right.
What's next?
Scandal number 2. My So-Called Life. Angela's Sexual Awakening, 1994. So this one's a little earlier. We were pretty young then, so I think this might have more paved the way for some of the things that we saw as we got older.
Yeah.
But Angela, played by Claire Danes, who, by the way, was a crush of mine back then, navigates her emotions. Is she on the wall? She should be. We should definitely print her out. Navigates her emotions and romantic feelings for Jordan, including a kiss that turns into a more intense romantic moment. And for 1994, this is a big deal, right? The show's portrayal of teenage sexuality and the complexities of relationships stirred controversy, especially as it portrayed young love more authentically than other shows of the era. I think this is a huge one because I am a personal believer that this like paved the way for teen dramas to be sexual in nature at all.
Yeah, it was weird to see that on TV. Like, it wasn't often.
Yeah, and I think back in, like, especially the early 90s, we went through that, like, kind of what I would call, like, the prude phase, where, like, you didn't think about teens having sex. And that was when we had, like, the highest birth rates for teens. Like, think about that. You know what I mean? In terms of, like, now. It was a lot higher than it is now. And
it's crazy.
But it was so taboo to think about, like, teenagers falling in love. But you go through puberty and hormones and all that.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to be in love with the person I wanted to spend the rest of my life with as a teenager.
Oh my God, I remember my freshman year girlfriend. She was a senior. Shout out to her if she ever watches this. And I thought that we were going to be together forever. That couldn't have been farther from the truth.
Yeah, I feel like I felt the same way about the boyfriends I had in high school. I was like, this is the one.
And I think, like, thinking about TV and, like, when it came out, right? Like, I think it got kind of, don't quote me on this, but I think it was, like, somewhere in the 60s. It got bigger and then bigger in the 80s and 90s as people, like, TVs, actual televisions became more accessible to buy because they were so expensive. Yeah. And I think, like, parents didn't really know, like, how to monitor, right? Like, we all think about this as millennial moms, like, monitoring our kids, like, social media and internet usage and YouTube usage. But I think back then, like, parents didn't even really think about, like, oh, it's a television show. Should I, like, not let my kid watch that? It's, like, a teen drama. And then I think all of a sudden this girl's, like, really hardcore making out with this guy. They're supposed to be, like, 16 or 17 in the show. And I think some parents were like, whoa.
I think our parents also, like, saw the show fit with our ages and was like, oh, they can watch that. And maybe, were they rated? Like, I don't remember.
We should totally look that up at some
point. I feel like I remember
in the comments,
seeing movies.
When did they start rating TV shows?
When did they start rating TV shows?
I think that's a really good point. Because, like, now we definitely do. We have, like, TVMA, TV 14, 13 plus. I'm curious.
When did that start?
Yeah, definitely should know.
What set it off?
If I can figure it out, I'll stitch a little article in the top of this for everyone.
That's a good idea.
All right. We'll move on to... Yes. We'll move on to number 3. All right. This one is close to home for me. So it's the OC, 2005. So we would have been in high school at this point. Marissa and Alex's romance. Marissa Cooper, I think she was the main character, had a turbulent love life, but her relationship with Alex, a rebellious club manager, sent waves through the OC fandom. Seeing Marissa in a same-sex relationship was groundbreaking for teen TV at the time, and while their romance didn't last, it pushed boundaries in the early 2000s. I know my wife is 10 years older than me, for any viewers out there. She's actually Gen X. She's not a millennial. And I know that this show in particular had a big, like, jump for them because she was already out of high school at this point. But, like, there was nothing about, like, being a young lesbian out there or a young gay man, really.
Yeah.
It was really hard to find, maybe in books.
Yeah, in books.
Yeah. It was really, really controversial for the time, which I have to be... Tell me how you feel about this, but I feel like as a parent, I have to be understanding about that because when something at the time is controversial and we want to, you know, we all want to be open to things and whatever, but these are still all hard conversations you have to have with your kids.
Yeah.
And your, let's say, 13-year-old daughter, that's young, 8th grade, freshman year of high school, sees this, has never really met a gay person, like, and you come from, say, a really, really heavily Christian background that doesn't believe that that is the right thing, like, having that conversation can be really, really tough. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of parents in those situations didn't like that because they didn't want to have that conversation.
Yeah, they didn't know how.
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't have the resources from...
Yep. The internet.
Oh, the internet. I can't wait to...
But their parents, I think is what you were going to say.
Yeah, their parents. Yep. They didn't give them any... It was, like...
Taboo then.
Our parents were like...
Mm-hmm.
No, just look forward.
Outside the norm.
Yeah. Focus on school.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to smoke cigarettes.
God, everyone smoked in 94. My parents smoked inside the house.
Yeah. Then. I remember my mom smoking Virginia Slims.
Yes. We called those vagina slimes. We used to steal them from my friend Gina's mother. Shout out to Gina and her mom.
Thanks for the smoke.
Thanks. I don't smoke anymore, if you were wondering. Thank God. It's too expensive of a habit to keep now.
It's smelly.
Yes, it is smelly.
Yeah. Smelly.
But when you're a smoker, you don't smell the same.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's definitely different.
I didn't really watch The OC, if I'm being honest.
I watched some of it.
I feel like
I got into it the very last season, which there's something from, I think it's the second to last or the last season. There's another one on our list, is when I started to watch it.
Okay.
But I agree, I didn't really get into it till then.
Yeah. I feel like I would want to watch it now.
We should watch all of these again, like rewatch them. Dawson's Creek would be a really good one to rewatch.
Which one should we watch first?
I think maybe. Yeah, let's let the viewers tell us.
Okay. First comment.
Yes.
Gets to pick what we're binge watching for the next however many episodes it is.
Love it.
It'll take us a day or two.
Yes. Okay, this next one was a show that I loved, and I know you loved too. And for all the viewers out there, I do like logistics and operations, and I own a lot of things in Canada right now, and my boss actually is in Canada. And I talked about the show at some point about something, and he was like, Americans watch that? And I was like, oh yeah, we loved this as teenagers. And that would be Degrassi, The Next Generation. So I believe this was the second round of Degrassi, right? Next Generation was the second round.
Because there was a first round, like, when our
parents were young.
Yeah. But it was all new to me, and I had no idea that there was, like, the first one until later on. When it was over, I was like, what?
Yes, and I think the parents or the teachers, some of them, in this one were, like, the kids from the original one. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure so.
I feel like you're right. And I feel like they made another one, like a third one, right?
Yeah, there's another one for sure. Yes.
I don't think Drake's in that one. No, Jimmy.
Jimmy, right? Well, so this one is Manny's thong incident. Degrassi, The Next Generation. In an attempt to shed her cute little girl image, Manny Santos rocked a bright blue thong pulled over her low-rise jeans at school. The move scandalized her classmates, got her labeled as the school slut, and led to one of the show's most infamous moments of teen rebellion. I totally relate to this. I think most girls, especially us millennials, will say, like, slut shaming was totally a thing. Like,
we didn't have a name for it, though.
No, we did not call it slut shaming then, but it was totally a thing.
It was just that you're a whore.
Yeah. Even though, like, you were just wearing a thong. And it was, like, at that point, all the pop stars, like Britney Spears, Christina, were doing that.
Christina Aguilera.
Right? Mm-hmm. And it was like, if you did something like that, you were assumed you slept with 32 guys. You might still be a virgin, but you slept with 32 guys.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I feel like when I would see people wearing thongs in high school, I was like, oh my God. Like, I was definitely more of like a kept to myself kind of person, a little bit of a prude. A lot of it. Mm-hmm. Okay? It's fine. But I would see these girls in their like low waist jeans and their thongs hanging out. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I remember being like, they're so much more mature than me.
Yeah, why did we think that back
then? They were like a year older than me. Yes. And I was like, I don't have boobs. Yes. My hair is frizzy.
Do you think that was the start where like we started to feel bad about ourselves?
Yes, I literally remember going home every day after school and running to the TV to watch Degrassi. Mm-hmm. And be like, God, I wish I could be like, you know, the popular girls. And I didn't. I was friends with the popular girls, the preps, and pretty much every group. But yeah, I feel like that show hit really
close to
everything
home.
On the head though too, with
very
like the groups, but we were so much drama.
That's true. Like it felt really real.
Yeah, like it was a good one.
Oh God,
I would rewatch it.
Do we think? So would I. Do we think that type of thing made? So do we think that helped girls to see it as like that we shouldn't slut shame because of how she reacted and like it really showed like her feelings and how it affected her? Or do you think that it made girls want to slut shame more because then like the other girls in the show kind of got like more popular?
I feel like it hit
like
both points, and I also feel like Degrassi was one, in my opinion, a show that like brought a lot of controversy things to light in a positive way to 100%. Say we should be better. Whereas like other shows that we have on the list kind of like fed off of it, which is what you want as like a producer and stuff. Like you want the drama, you want to stir people up to keep people watching. Yes. But I felt like Degrassi was like wholesome. Yes. Like it kind of was like
it tried.
She did this because of this, and you don't have to do that to feel accepted.
Yep. Like it was trying to give you the right answer. Yeah. I like that. All right.
Probably why I liked it so much.
This same. This next one is also Degrassi, The Next Generation, a year later, 2004. This one is the infamous pool scene.
Oh.
Paige and Mr. O, her much older high school teacher, had a secret relationship that hit its peak when they hooked up in a hotel pool. The storyline blurred ethical lines and was one of Degrassi's most controversial plots.
That was
so bad. Okay, so
I get the chills. I remember watching it and being like,
I remember watching it and being like, I want to be as bold as that. Like, if I had a hot teacher, I'd do that too. Not that I ever would have. I would never have been able to bring myself to do that. But I remember, I feel like it did the opposite of what, like, maybe it was, like, attempting to do.
It did the right thing to me, not to you.
I feel like, as an adult, I would never want my daughter to watch that. Because she, like, they portrayed it as, like, her coming on to him, and then him not being able to say no. Which, by the way, as a millennial mom.
Pretty fucked up.
Now, I'm, like, disgusting. Yes, we need refills. I'm, like,
I just spilled on the bed. Why is this like that?
Oh, it fell. It's new. We're new at this.
Wait,
don't worry about it. It's fine.
We'll
have
ring
a washer. Don't worry, guys. Like, I don't want my daughter anywhere near that because I don't want my daughter to think it's okay to come on to an older man, number one. Number two, like, any lesson for an older man out there, like, if a girl comes on to you, that doesn't give you the right, if she's a minor, to, like, continue the situation. Like, you stop the situation. And, like, I think about it now as an adult, and I'm like, that was so gross. But watching it as a kid, I was like so hot.
Fantasy.
I'm in.
Well, yeah, because we were all at that stage of like, oh my god, this teacher is so hot. And, like, have that fantasy of being like, I'm going to be the one.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like half this person's age. But it's like, did TV do this to us? Like, well, society allowed...
Maybe.
TV and producers to put these things out to, like, make it normal.
Yeah. No, totally.
I don't know.
I also think, like, then it was, like, super controversial. Like, I remember this happening, and parents being like, oh my god, and, like, that was, like, the time where, like, they kind of stopped, like, letting their teen daughters, like, watch the show. And, I forgot garnishes, guys.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So cute.
And.
Cucumber day.
Yes. And.
Cheers again.
Cheers. They stopped letting their daughters watch the show. And I'm like, and then you see, like, years later, I think in the, like, late, like, 2010s, we had Pretty Little Liars. And, like, one of the main storylines was, like, the main character, like, hooking up with their teacher. And I was like, it became, like, kind of normal. And I'm like, oh my gosh, don't do that. Don't normalize that. Because for my daughter's sake, no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
There's so much.
Keep your dirty fingers off my daughter. Got it?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Ugh. Like, the thought of it.
Yeah. It's just not good.
No.
So, yeah. I think that was definitely a very controversial scene, especially for the time.
Yeah, I mean, now we have crazier shows.
Even weirder things. All right. Moving on. Oh, this one's a good one. Julia Cooper sleeping with her daughter's ex. This is the OC. So Julia Cooper was the queen of Scandal.
Daughter's ex?
Sleeping with Luke, her daughter's high school boyfriend, was next level messy. The small town gossip spread fast, and it led to one of the most cringe-inducing confrontations in teen drama history. And as we talked about, we didn't watch the OC a lot, but I feel like this was 2004.
That's so fucked up.
And correct me if I'm wrong, American Pie was in, like, the late 90s, right? Or was it 2001? Something like that.
Close enough.
I'm pretty sure this was after.
Close enough.
And I feel like Stifler's mom kind of paved the way for this. And this has to be, like, a teen boy, like, fantasy.
Yes,
absolutely
like a teen boy wants to sleep with the hot mom.
Yes, because I'm going to stitch a song here. Stacy's mom has got it going on. Like, one of those where, like, they literally wrote a song about it. It was on TV. It was in movies. Like, boys sleeping with some girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, best guy friend, mom.
I can say that, like, having a young mom, growing up having a young mom.
Yes.
I'm going to tell a story about my mom. Is that okay?
Tell it. Do it. Go for it.
We were in, like, literally elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 3rd grade. And my mom forgot to bring me my lunch money. And I think she did it on purpose. And she rollerbladed up to the school. She was good for her. How old was she? Probably not even 30 yet? 29?
Yeah.
In her, like, sports bra and her little, like, shorts.
I love that for her. I love that for her.
And her rollerblades. And she goes, Garrett, you forgot your lunch money. I forgot to give it to you. Sorry. And pulled it out of her bra and handed it to me in front of everyone, because we were all outside. Do you remember we used to stand outside to line up to be let in?
Yep.
We don't line up outside anymore. Kids don't line up outside anymore. I was mortified, and that was the day that I remember a couple kids in our class being, your mom's hot. I'm like, yes. But like, they were 9.
Yeah, some of the girls used to say
because we were at an elementary school.
Yeah.
Eric says that about his mom. That he's got a hot mom.
His mom is hot.
She's still hot.
She's hot. She's hot. Shout out to Eric's mom. She's hot. If I look like that when I'm her age, like, I'm killing it.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, definitely I think like guys' fantasy. So like the fact that they put it on like the big screen again, I think was kind of smart of them. Probably hooked some guys to watch what I would consider a pretty girly show, the OC.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. They knew what they were doing with that.
Yes. All right. This next one I think is on this list purely for me. I'm going to stitch the video at the end and you'll see me point. But Dawson's Ugly Cry. So Dawson's Creek 2001. When Joey chooses Pacey over Dawson, he bursts into the most meme-worthy ugly cry in TV history. It was meant to be heartbreaking, but let's be real, it was unintentionally absolutely hilarious. I remember this. I'm going to stitch it right here, like in between us, the video right here. You're going to see it while you're watching this because he, like, I shouldn't say none of them were great actors, but like teen actors back then were not like the most amazing.
So cheesy.
So cheesy. And they had him cry, like breakdown cry. And especially then, like the idea of like men crying on TV was kind of taboo. And then you put on top of it, it was like really kind of poor acting because he was like trying really hard. It's pretty good. So we're going to put it there. All right. We're moving on to the next. Buffy Kills Angel. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, 1998. So if any of you guys watch the show, which I actually did watch this one, Buffy and Angel's love story was one of the most heartbreaking romances of the 1990s, and no moment hurt more than when Buffy was forced to kill him. After Angel lost his soul and became the monstrous Angelus, he set out to end the world. Just when Buffy finally restored his soul, it was too late. The only way to stop the apocalypse was to kill him. The tear-filled goodbye followed by Buffy running a sword through his chest, left fans absolutely sobbing. Then, in true Buffy fashion, she walked away in slow motion as Sarah McLachlan's Full of Grace, I'm going to play it, played in the background. Pure heartbreak. Like, could you imagine having to kill your lover? And it was like teen drama where like literally took forever for them to get together. They get together.
It was a good show.
Oh, it was such a good show.
Like, well written. Good actors.
Do we know if this episode was like all about like him leaving the show?
I mean, I assume when they kill people off,
it's like they're going bye-bye.
They either don't have a contract or there's a conflict.
Done. Yeah.
Or they have no more storyline for them. Yeah.
True. I think the next one will bring into this one too.
Okay.
So this one I actually do remember because I was just watching it at the end. This was closer to when we were graduating high school. The OC 2006. Marissa Cooper's tragic downward spiral came to a devastating end in the OC's season 3 finale. After a tumultuous year of drugs, bad decisions, and family drama, Marissa was finally getting her life together, only for her jealous ex, Volchak, to run Ryan's car off the road. In a heartbreaking scene, Ryan pulled Marissa from the wreckage, holding her in his arms as she took her final breaths. The sight of her lifeless body combined with the melancholic music playing in the background left fans absolutely gutted. I do believe this one was because she left the show, and I remember this because like
God,
that season they like played it up to her like getting better and like gonna like be really good, and everyone, I know there was like controversy coming out about whether Misha Barton was going to stay on the show or not.
Oh my gosh.
And then they kill her off. And so, like, everyone knew she obviously wasn't coming back. So, like, it was about her not wanting to be on the show or whatever, contract, whatever. But, like, people were, like, totally, like, absolutely gutted. Like, I think there were teens everywhere crying that day.
Yeah. I mean, that's heavy stuff.
Could we talk about my heavy stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so teen dramas. I did watch a lot of these. But my favorite drama was The X-Files. I was a dorky kid.
She made me watch it at a sleepover.
I did.
And I was so scared, and I was like, please don't fall asleep before me. I'm scared.
It wasn't.
And this bitch was snoring.
Yes. It like for like reference, I think I was like in 8th grade when it ended. Like the season 9, obviously it came back. Where 13-year-old Ashley was like having a heart attack that it came back. But when it went off, I didn't go to school for 2 days. I cried in my bed for 2 days. I'm not joking. Like rewatching episodes, and I had them on DVD, and I would eat sunflowers like David Duchovny did in the show Mulder.
Yep. Wait, no, that was part of our sleepover, so it must have been post. Maybe we have a slumber party to like cheer you up.
Yeah, probably. I ate a lot of fudge. I was like really depressed. Shout out to David Duchovny. Someone tag him. He's my hall pass, so if he ever wants to hang out, let me know. I still love him. It's the only man I'll ever love. So yeah, that was my like early 2000s, late 90s type of thing. But we have a couple more. Let's see. All right. Friends. I think this is a good one. 1994. Everyone loves Friends. This one's a little earlier. Russ and Rachel. So the storyline was hugely controversial among fans of the show as Russ's defense for sleeping with another woman while he and Rachel were on a temporary break created moral debate. It caused tensions between the characters and even between viewers, sparking endless debates about infidelity, love, and relationship boundaries. Is it cheating if you're on a break and you sleep with someone else? That's the conundrum.
I think it's what you define the break as. Like, is this a break to get in touch with yourself? Like, or I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like when I've had breaks as like a teenager, it was like, I need a break from you. Yeah. It was because
they just were around.
It was toxic.
Yeah.
And it needed to end.
Yes.
But we both had maybe control issues and we didn't want it to end because we didn't want the other person to be with someone else.
Yes. 100%.
That's what a break is.
Yes.
Is that you both want to do something else, but you also
are afraid
don't
to let
want
each other go.
Yeah.
I think this is like the first like really big on-screen thing where it showed this, and I think this still resonates today. I think if a couple is on a break, whether you're 35 or 14 and somebody kisses or sleeps with somebody else, it's like the end of the world, and that like ends the relationship. I think that's what happens most of the time. Viewers comment, tell us. But I think that is like, I feel like I would definitely feel slighted. I don't know if I would do a break because I don't know how I feel about that.
Well,
I'm too old for that, but you know.
I would. We're married now. We are not taking breaks.
No, there's
that show on Netflix, The Ultimatum.
Yes, The Ultimatum.
That's like a break, but it's like a forced break where they like break them up.
But I think all of them end up breaking up if they like sleep with the person they fake marry.
Yeah,
or fake date.
How far the drama has come to like reality TV.
Yes, that is so true. And they even did an Ultimatum gay version for lesbians.
Oh yeah, they did. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like these shows really like paved the way for like all these other like reality TV shows to like come up.
Yes, 100%.
And I feel like these were wholesome in a way to teach us how to deal with these things.
They tried to be in some ways, but they
tried
also
to be, but they were like, let me feed on it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, totally. All right, we have 2 more. So number 12 is Gilmore Girls, 2003. Rory had an affair with Dean while he was married to someone else. This plotline was controversial as it challenged Rory's image as a sweet, innocent character. It introduced themes of infidelity and betrayal that shocked everyone. I watched Gilmore Girls, and this shocked me because Rory really was portrayed as like the sweet, innocent. Like her mom was kind of like the fun-loving, aloof like mom, and she was always like trying to like bring her mom down to earth, and she was super down to earth, and then she fell in love with somebody that was married, and it was like kind of shocking, like made her out to be like this slut. And I think about this, and I think this paved the way for like the Miley Cyrus transition from Hannah Montana to like outrageous, and Britney Spears like sweet teen image to outrageous. Like I feel like this was getting at that theme before that theme even existed.
Kind of, but I mean those two had a deeper like meaning to that. That wasn't a oof.
Yeah. It was a lot, right?
Yeah. But it touched on it, and then it's like real life.
Yes. All right. We're going to end with the final one.
Oh, God.
It's One Tree Hill. My sister loved this show. Shout out to my sister, Sarah.
Did she?
Oh, my God. I think she watched like every single episode of One Tree Hill like multiple times.
Is Sarah watching us?
She might watch us. But this one is from 2003. In the early seasons of One Tree Hill, Nathan and Haley whirlwind romance and marriage at such a young age raised eyebrows, especially given the complexity of their relationship and the challenge of growing up in the spotlight. The marriage, while heartwarming for fans, also sparked debates about teen relationships and the pressure they face. They were super young. I can't remember how old they were. They were like 19 or 20. And I feel like if this was, so this was in 2003. I feel like if this was in 1983, it wouldn't have been that controversial. Like, in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, people were getting married younger. But then, like, as we got into the 90s, people were getting married older and older. They were telling you to go to college first.
That's right.
And, like, by the time we graduated high school, I don't know anyone that got married at 20. We have one friend that got married a little bit younger to her high school sweetheart. But besides that...
But, like, they were the minority.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But besides that, like, all of us, like,
went to college or pursued a job or...
waited till later and didn't even, like, most of us didn't have kids until our very late 20s, early 30s to get, and, like, now I feel like it's even more so like that. Like, my niece, like, I couldn't imagine, my niece is 21 and my other one is 17, like, just getting married right now. Like, I feel like they're so young.
They're so young. I don't know many people, especially, like, in where we are.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like, where we live. Like, I feel like it's different in, like, smaller communities where their ocean's not as big.
Yes. I have a funny question for you, Garrett.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So, do we think that this was a storyline that was written by someone older who thought that it was just totally acceptable? Or do we think that it was a storyline that was written by someone younger that thought that it used to be acceptable, but now it's controversial, so I'm putting it in the show?
Ooh, that's a good question. I kind of feel like it was like an older person, but felt the opposite of the norm.
Yeah. So go on. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. That was a lot of shows.
But wait, we have honorable mentions.
There's more.
We have honorable mentions. All right. First honorable mention is Felicity's unplanned pregnancy. That was a big one. Back in, what was that? I think it was like the late 90s. I didn't put the dates for these ones. Charmed, Piper's abortion, right? Very controversial for the time. It was a demon baby. They played with a lot of moral topics. So really hot. And then I think the most honorable mention, and the one we didn't talk about because we want to leave it for you viewers to talk about in the comments, but Jimmy's from Degrassi and the shooting that left him paralyzed, and then who he became later on in life. Do you know who he became later on in life? Because I think if there's any Gen Zers watching this,
where's Jimmy now?
Where's Jimmy now? That's the question. So that's a wrap.
Don't really care where Jimmy is.
Yes.
Good night.
That's a wrap on episode 2. Thank you for tuning in to Take 4 Talk More. Next week, please join us for episode 3, where we're going to be breaking down all of your pyramid schemes and side hustles that could make you money as a millennial. Or are you just joining a cult? That's the real question. Stay tuned for next week.
Cringy.
Thanks, guys, for coming.
Bye.